Classical Cleanup is the 10th episode of the 3rd season of Barney and Friends, and this one is mostly about helping others and doing your part, but also trying to not make a mess in the first place. Baby Bop features in this. We also have children including Shawn, Tosha, Kathy, and Stephen. We also meet Mr. Boyd, played by Robert Sweatmon, and I rather liked what he brought into this. The narrative comes about because Baby Bop gets overexcited, she's dancing around the classroom, she kind of makes a tremendous mess. And Mr. Boyd is meant to go to a concert, so the children decide that instead of letting him tidy up the mess, they will do it for him, so that he has time to go to the concert. And on the one hand, I think that that's beautiful, everybody's working together, but at the same time, I really feel like Baby Bop should have been the one to clean everything up by herself, to teach her that actions have consequences. Obviously, people helping out would have been really nice, but Baby Bop really should have been taught that she really needs to take care with what she's doing. I think that would have been a better way to reinforce the message, but nevertheless, seeing everybody working together and helping out was a really lovely thing to do. We also have some lovely music, partly because Mr. Boyd plays the piano. We also have some really great choreography. Really thoroughly enjoyed this, so I will now talk about the songs that are in this. It's not necessarily the most nostalgic for me, but there are a couple of nostalgic songs. And we have Tom, He Was a Piper's Son. Then we have Chopsticks, which is an absolute delight. And then one called Classical Crash, which I don't recognise. I'm not familiar with it, but it was pretty decent. And then we have Clean Up, which is, of course, perfectly fitting in with this. And A Silly Hat, which I'm starting to like more. I never used to like that one. It's not nostalgic, but it is growing on me. We then have the Tiger Song, which I don't recognise, and Please and Thank You, which of course fits in very well with this. It's all about manners and respect and being helpful. We then have the Alphabet Song, classic, of course, very nostalgic. And then two that I'm not familiar with, This Is the Way and The Cleanup Clock. And then we end with Mr. Boyd playing I Love You on the piano. And it's a really lovely version of the song. And I think it's a pretty decent episode. Great mix of songs, lovely messages. As I said, some really good choreography in this. I don't really talk about the choreography too much because it's just not something that I ever have any or many thoughts on. But in this one, there was something about it that really stood out to me as being effective. I don't know, there was one song, I can't remember which one it was, but Barney is standing in a line with 3 of the children and they're doing some pretty great footwork. I can't remember which one it was, but in general, I was very impressed. And not a bad episode at all. Some good messages, good songs. Definitely think Baby Bop should have been made to take a bit more responsibility than she did for the mess that she made. But at the same time, it gave people a chance to work together and do something nice for Mr. Boyd. So not bad at all. Classical Cleanup. It's probably never going to be my favourite episode. But that being said, I still think it's pretty decent.